All right. We are actually live. I believe I haven't used this software or StreamYard thing in a long time. It's been a minute over there. But I told you guys, well, I don't know if anybody's really gonna kind of join in on this live because I'm not sure. I don't do lives that often. And plus, it's like better people than me right now. I guess the locked on guys is actually doing a live right now, and people would actually rather be over there. But I see we have some commentary already. Somebody's over here saying ha 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 that I guess Ben Simmons is actually so trash. All right, listen, if you're actually hurt, it doesn't mean you're garbage. Okay, that means you're just actually injured right there. Okay, it just means you actually injured. All right, so I was did a video, put it out today, and people were saying, "Yo, I'm so done with Ben Simmons because he's always hurt." I said, "Listen, easy, no problems. Don't worry, don't worry, don't worry. The team is actually deep, man.
Yo, can you hear me, bro? Oh, I can't hear you, man. I think your mic is on mute.
All right, all right. What about now, man? What about now?
Yeah, you're good. You're good now.
Damn, I've been talking all that time with a mute microphone, man. Damn, man.
Yeah,
Shit.
I
I'm
was
like,
wondering if it was
oh
me and
man,
stuff,
that's just,
but
that
it's
is
good
so
now.
embarrassing, man. I thought, man, all right, I don't do many of these lives here, but Dren 23, the sound is actually working pretty much, man. All right, so Iceman, what you actually got to say, man, about the whole Ben Simmons saga here and the nerve impingement, and more importantly, the actual W there.
You know what? I don't really stress about you know, the narratives that flow through the casuals' mouths, like, oh, he sucks. I mean, this is a real thing, man. I've seen your videos saying, explaining that you've gone through similar injuries. So did I, man. I had an impingement on my neck, and I tell you,
Ooh, that's
bro,
painful.
that's no joke. Yeah, yeah. It feels like when you hit your funny bone in your elbow, but that feeling I had it on my neck whenever I moved. So I know how it feels, man. It may take a minute. So I'm really not like on some okay, it's the end of the world. It's just it is what it is. And that's the best thing we could do. But I'm surprised that our depth, has kept the flow of the game going and stuff. And at first, I was doubting that Dennis Smith would keep the wheels moving, but he surprised me for the most part. He the offense is moving in spite of what Jack Vaughn does with the rotations. It's moving pretty well, and I hope they keep going. And I'm happy we didn't just see like 103s today. It was actually a unified effort, on the offensive front, man. Another thing is that I'm so used to us playing, top teams that now when we play against these teams, it's like, I want to play the tough teams already, man. But
No, we
I'm
play some hard, we play some tough teams, Boston, and like I said, it's just better to get those teams out early, man. It's just get the like we went toe to toe with them, but like Dennis Smith Jr., he actually had a good year in Charlotte last year, man. I think he averaged like 12 something points, 13 something points. He ran the offense pretty well, and he gives you a similar style to what Ben Simmons actually really gives you, in terms of like getting downhill, putting pressure on the rim. And we got to see the decision making from Dennis Smith Jr. right there, and let's see how that actually, because he's going to be relied upon, when Ben Simmons being out.
for sure, for sure. I mean, with him, it's probably a thing where the offense is going to come along eventually. As long as he's doing what he's doing, man, that'll rub off on his offense.
Yeah, but
And
he shoots 31% from three, so that's not.
yeah, yeah.
That's like, oh man,
That's when you
the
hold your
teams can
breath.
sag
Like,
off of him. So it's like maybe like every 4 to 5 games, he may have a good shooting performance, but let's say in between that, it's going to be tough. But like I said, it all. I mean, the fact that he can get downhill so quickly, I mean, he should be able to have enough space to where like he doesn't really get like an aggressive contest, and he should be
mm,
able to like set his feet and really kind of get the shot up, and should be able to hopefully get that percentage up to at least 35, 36%.
yeah, I mean, when you have like Dinwiddie doing what he did today, it's more like, we don't really have to worry about, Dennis Smith wilding out like he's been these past couple of days. And I think he's cognizant of that. Like, yo, I've been bugging out, like taking these crazy shots. Let me slow it down and get into my game. You
Yeah, he
know,
cost us 10 games last year, man. We would have had the first
yeah,
seed. And Claude Smith, you see his comments on there. He gets mad at me when I kind of trash Dinwiddie, but I'm like, I'm not trashing him. I'm just pointing out like some of the mistakes that he actually makes, and the game situation. Sometimes holding the ball too long, or shot selection, and not making the right reads. And I mean, but this year this game, I mean, if he plays like this, I mean, I'll say, listen, get this man into the all-star team. If you're going to give me like 20-something, 25 points and play with this kind of poise, I was shocked, man. Then you look at the plus-minus, man, 20, a plus 25. I was saying that when it was muted. I mean, I never seen a plus-minus from Dinwiddie that like, plus 25. I mean, damn.
I mean, having that thing behind his head that Ben is not going to be around like for a couple weeks, it's probably like, okay, he's probably getting that fire that fire lit, like, yo, all right, this is my shot right here. Let's let me play point guard like I'm supposed to. I'm not gonna lie, bro. When I saw that news about Zach LaVine earlier today, I said, maybe Dinwiddie could be included in something. But it's like I said, nah, we need that. I don't think it's worth it.
They were talking about Dinwiddie for Siakam. I mean, put a package between him and Dorian Finney-Smith for Pascal Siakam.
Yo, you want Siakam though? I'd be scared like he's gonna injure his knees because he's so skinny and stuff. Like, those skinny guys, like knees and stuff.
Yeah, most definitely, man. But he can get downhill quick. I mean, he's like another Ben Simmons, in a sense where he can just break a defense down, get to the rim. Now, again, this is playmaking. Can he actually make plays? And but yeah, I don't know about Pascal Siakam, man. I don't know.
He's what, 31, 30? He's gonna turn 31 in April or something like that.
Yeah, if that's the case, let me look up his age real quick, man. I'll be having only time for the Brooklyn Nets, man. It's just 440 something players, man, and it's too much with following all these guys, man.
Because they can't be, too like picky about, okay, timeline this, timeline that, because the free agent class that's coming, they're gonna be in the upper 20s. So it's like, okay, so you're gonna trade for guys that are gonna be in McCall's and Kemp Johnson's age range. Why?
That's when they really start kind of winning. Like that's these guys are learning the game at 21, 22, 23, 24, and you look at historically, about 27, 28, they're able to actually really kind of put it all together. That's when these guys actually hit their prime, and the game slows down for them. And you look at Steph Curry, I think MJ, most of these guys, is like 27, 28 something years old. These guys are actually, So, I mean, if you can get a title out of it, you can get a couple of titles. How old is he, man? Let me see. He's 2016 he was drafted. Yeah, he might be like 27, 28 years old. Yeah.
Like that free agent class is going to be Tatum and company.
29 years old. Yeah.
I keep forgetting Tatum is not that old. He's like 25.
Yeah, he's 24. It's like 25 years old. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So that's good. But I doubt he's leaving Boston, bro.
Nah, I ain't giving up on him, man. Hell no. I don't think we'll ever get him. No way. I mean, they may even pay him like $400 million. He's probably like one of the best players in the East, in the Eastern Conference, man. I mean, you give him like 2 more years, then yeah, I mean, Tatum is, he can catch and shoot. I mean, he could pull up off the three and his footwork and post up smaller players. I mean, yeah.
Before they got Holiday, I had a weird feeling they was gonna try to trade for Trae Young. I'm like, I don't think his style fits.
He's too small, man. He's too small. They'll target him, and then you gotta kind of help right there, man. So yeah, definitely too small right there. But let's see, man. I'm just trying to think of some other thing I was saying in that live. I was like, oh man, I went to that whole spiel right there, man. It was on mute. All right, but Ben Simmons, like I said, I'm not worried about him too much. Like I said, this is a deep roster. Try to tell people, and like I said, you can't say, "Oh, it's just an Orlando Magic team." Well, this is the same Orlando Magic team that beat the Lakers over there, who's actually supposed to be like one of the top 4 or 5 teams in the Western Conference right there, especially with like LeBron James and especially with them benching Austin Reeves finally. The Lakers actually probably going to do better now. And So yeah, the Orlando Magic actually beat the Lakers right there. So
Yeah.
it's a pretty good team right there. So this is not like a trash team. I see the Orlando Magic actually hovering in the play-in tournament around there. So like
Hmm.
6, 7, 8, 9 seed, and they can actually give teams a lot of problems.
Bro, man, it's actually free. Listen, man, after the 3 seed down, it's free game, man. Nobody's a joke in the East. I mean, the Pistons, they have a horrible record, but they don't play you like their record, bro. The same as
Yeah, they're
Orlando. Like,
young. They're young players, and
hmm
they're going to be in games. If you play hard, you're going to be in games. It's just a matter of closing them. That's where the
yeah,
inexperience actually comes in. A lot of, but even like when I used to play basketball out there, man, there'd be like teams. We'd be a good team like on 3-on-3s or something like that.
hmm
Teams that play hard, hold on. That was the advertisement right there. Yeah, they'll be in the games, but they're not experienced enough to actually close the games out. So
yeah,
yeah, so all the Brooklyn Nets got to do is just play hard and just watch, learn how to play the game and just close the games out like they did today.
yeah. Now that you mention it, yeah, now that's a different way to see, you know, how to treat these type of games. Like not actually practice, but practice those type of things, closing games for when those big teams come in. We already know what to do because, like you said, we already went through the gauntlet early, so we got a little taste of what to expect. Now we can work off of that.
Yeah, definitely. Like I said, no Trenton Wofford, uh,
Word.
and no Giles. I don't know if I'm pronouncing his name right. Giles the third and Trenton Wofford. I mean, he can even play the point guard position. Like I said, this team is actually a pretty deep team. And like I said, it was 124 points, guys, and
Mm-hmm.
no Cam Thomas. He was actually hurt. So, like I said, this team is a deep roster, and look at that, 6-5, and we had a brutal schedule. I mean, one of our best players, Ben Simmons, is out, and like I said, like you said earlier, if Dinwiddie keeps playing like this, and then you can throw Ben Simmons back in there, man. Whew.
Oh, it's gonna be crazy, man. It's gonna be crazy. Listen, man. I see the intangibles that Ben brings, man. Those are the things I focus on the most, man. It's just like I was telling the guys last time that, man, it's just his mindset rubs off, man. People don't see it because you know, not saying that Cam is soft. He's not. Cam Johnson, I'm talking about. He's a
Okay.
nice guy, But when Ben is on the floor, he has this cockiness that it rubs off, man. It just rubs off. The play starts getting faster. The ball moves. People start playing tougher, and it's like the little things like that that we need, man. And that's just on top of the rest of the things he could do, man. Hopefully he comes back and we could get the ball rolling, bro. Because you know, not to exaggerate, but the 3 seed is, if we play good, I'm not worried about no Knicks or the Cavs because we had them on by the
The
rope.
Knicks didn't make any improvements, and plus, this team, like this Brooklyn Nets team, is actually just way better than them in terms of talent, man.
Deep, super
In a
deep.
7-game series, I don't see the Knicks actually beating us. I just don't see it. I would be shocked, Zach, if the Knicks was actually able to beat us in a 7-game series. It's just too top heavy in terms of their talent. But like I said, you look at the bench, and like I said, there's even like even like the G League guys that we actually have, Amani Brooks, and
That's a fact.
we got to look at Derek Whitehead. He's supposed to be coming back. He actually looks good, and then Noah Clowney actually pretty look good. I want to do a video on him. He
Hmm.
actually had a good game. I just want to look at what he actually did in the G League and see if we can translate into the big club over here.
Yeah, yeah. I saw that video. His game is very, very similar to Nick Claxton, bro. It's very, very, very similar.
Okay.
He has a
Well,
little jump shot in the paint and stuff like that. But he reminds me of like when Nick first came in, like his second year.
yeah.
Yeah, same exact game.
Okay. Like I said, this is an impressive win. What do you think about Miami? The next game is on Miami. Easy win.
They're gonna come up firing. You know, they remember the last time we played them, so they're probably gonna have a little chip on their shoulders. But this should be a winnable game, man. I don't see why not. You know,
Yeah.
we played with the cohesiveness we did. We should take care of that for real.
Yeah, but Cam Johnson, a plus 21. I was waiting for him to arrive. I
For
mean, this
sure.
is the type of
Yeah.
performance that we needed in the playoffs last year, man.
Mm-hmm.
He was aggressive. I was saying that with Cam Johnson, I'm like, man, I don't think he has a bag, man. I mean, if he's like, if you just take away his 3-point shot, what else that he actually really gives you? And
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he was like kind of like, in the second half, he was dribbling the ball and not like afraid to give it up, like taking it to the rim. And like,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I remember like before he got traded to the Brooklyn Nets, when we played the Cam Johnson a couple of times, he was destroying us. It's like, who is this? Who is
Killing, man.
here, man? Like, who is this dude over here? Cam Johnson. I'm like, damn. Yeah, you saw what he did to the Knicks. He got, if you look at like what he
Oh,
Phoenix, 29 points, 36 something points.
hit
This is
that
the Cam
game winner
Johnson that we
against
was
them
actually looking for.
for real. I think it's a more. I think it goes hand in hand with the coaching too, because on the last game we played, yeah, we played the Wizard, and I was watching the post game, and they were asking Mikhail like, "Yo, what could you guys do to get better?" And he was kind of throwing little subliminal shots at the coach. I don't know if I'm bugging or not, but it was like, "Yo, we need to run more sets," like you
Yeah.
know. And then right after that, they asked him about Nick, and he was like, it's good to have him there because it's kind of goofy having five guards. I was like, oh man, this guy is he's saying it what it is. Finally, like somebody saying it. So it's
Now you
like,
need like a glue guy. You need like
yeah,
somebody that's like can play without the basketball. Like doesn't have to have that many plays ran for them. Like Nick Claxton, I mean, he can just he hustles, put the ball back. He set a screen, he dives, but I don't think I've watched. Did I watch that Orlando game? I don't think I even watched that game, man.
what
Something. Oh, I
the
was here.
Wizards game you talking about?
I mean, the Wizards game. I didn't even watch that game.
Yeah, bro, it was just a lot of threes, bro. Just
Yeah,
three
I
after
heard.
three.
I heard. I
Mm-hmm.
heard. I think I watched a couple of minutes of it. Yeah, I think I watched a couple of minutes of it. Yeah, it was like about 40, 45 something threes. And no, and Cameron's right. I mean, you actually have to get like threes by actually, let's say, driving the ball, and then don't just, come down, one pass, shoot a three. There has to be some ball movement, man movement. Like you saw Spencer actually drive into the rim and actually kicking the ball out to shooters right there.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, Cam Johnson's. Hey, you listen to Cam Johnson. I mean, he's a really really high IQ basketball player, man. He's
For
really really
sure, for
really
sure.
really intelligent, really really smart. So I mean, Jacques Vaughn don't look too good if
Yeah,
Cam
it
Johnson
gets
actually
exposed,
correct.
bro. For sure, man. Because listen, man, you can't force Mikal to be taking these threes if he's not comfortable yet. Like, just let him hit his mid range, man. Then he'll back up a little bit when he's warm. But
Yeah,
you
it
tell him
seems
like,
like a lot of these coaches, man, shy away from the mid range shots. Like they're like totally analytics driven basketball, man. I mean, mid range game is like so important, man. I mean, it's like
mhm,
a critical component to basketball right there. So it makes Kevin Durant, like Devin Booker, so lethal because you can't like you got to play him for the mid range. So let's say you got to play him for the jump shot. You're not a defensive position if you got to actually contest for that jump shot, and it's easy for them to go around you. Then, so you got somebody
mhm.
trying to like strip at the ball, like getting down low. It's easy to actually, for them to just pull up right there. Yeah, I mean, yeah, mid range is actually, that's what was
Yeah, I
missing.
keep forgetting that the game is coming away from that. Well, it been ran away
They've
from
been
that.
doing
So
that for a while. Yeah,
yeah, because DeMar DeRozan, like, that would be his go-to, and the announcers would be like, "Oh my God, do you see that?" I'm like, "Bro, like that's what he's
You
supposed to
ever you
do."
ever seen that he's a pro ball player. He was an and one player, Professor Live. You
Yeah,
ever seen
yeah,
him?
yeah. I seen it.
All
Yeah.
right, so everybody thinks that like I argue with people. They say, "Yo, Professor's garbage," or it's his handles what makes him hard to stop. I said, no, it's his mid range shot that actually
Mm-hmm.
makes him hard to guard, man. You know, you can't, like, how you gonna you can't, you try to play hard D on him and try to strip him, he can just pull up. And then when you try to actually play him for that mid-range shot, try to contest the shot, you know, you're not in a defensive position now. He can just easily go around you. You know, so
Absolutely.
yeah, man. So but when you say you had a nervous pitcher, so you understand what Ben Simmons is actually going through, and because you see me like defending him.
Absolutely. I don't get lost, like, because for the most part in the internet, it's just like little kids, like they want everything microwave, like 2K, like, oh, he doesn't dunk, he's not a superstar, so he's whack. So you know, it's like they'll follow.
Yeah, because Dreamers Pro and I, we had a beef, man. On Simmons, man.
God,
him and I had like a back and forth for like the past year, and he doesn't understand like what Ben Simmons do. He wants Ben Simmons to shoot jumpers. I mean, you got like a 6'3" guy guarding you. Why the fuck would you want him to shoot jump shots?
Like shooting threes, like what?
Yeah, shooting threes. Yeah, if Giannis is guarding him, or even Joel Embiid is guarding him, then yeah, Ben shoots some damn threes. But like all the point guards in the NBA, why? That's like Shaq shooting threes. If you're playing Shaq
I was thinking the same thing. Yeah.
Yeah, I want Shaq shooting on me and taking fall-away jump shots. Thank you. But if he's going to go and try to take me to the hole, man, like, I'm in trouble. Trouble.
That's like saying, okay, Kyrie doesn't dunk, so he's garbage. It's like, bro, that's not, that's not his game, bro. He's supposed to be efficient at what he does.
Yeah.
Yeah,
man. Kyrie disappoints me. He disappointed me, man. You know, when Kyrie Irving actually came to the Brooklyn Nets, man, we didn't get the Cleveland Kyrie. I think I'm not doing a video on that, man, because we didn't get the Houston James Harden.
Oh, snap. We didn't get that fight, right? You see that fight?
Oh yeah, I'm seeing it.
That's today?
Yeah, I think that's today. Let me full screen it. Let's see what the hell's going on. Oh, who they playing?
They playing on the.
I think it's Minnesota, right? Yeah.
Oh, snap. They were playing them 2 nights ago.
Wow. Oh, was that Draymond? Getting somebody over the neck?
He had this big dude on the chokehold, man.
Yeah, man, Jaden McDaniels is a scrappy player, man.
He is. Yo, everybody be punking this dude, man. What the?
I don't know. That Rudy Gobert chokehold.
Yo, that's gonna be spread through the internet for weeks now.
Yo, Draymond Green can be a great politician, man, because he can say, yo, plausible deniability, man. I was just trying to hold him back, but yeah, I'm still choking his ass.
And that's to start the game. It's 0-0.
Oh, so Draymond got ejected.
Yo, man, Steph Curry got to have the patience of a grasshopper to be dealing with this dude, bro.
Nah, listen, he's one of them players, man, where you love him or you hate him, man. I mean, you hate him if he's not on your team, but if he's on your team, like you really, really, truly love him.
Wow.
Yo, that is crazy right there, man. Oh, let me get this out of here before YouTube be funny with these. This is some of the highlights of the game over here. I think this is Orlando. Okay, yeah, it's like one of the Orlando games. What you think about the Brooklyn Nets defense though today, man?
Listen, man, that we had I think we forced like 12 turnovers or something crazy like that.
Yeah,
and I probably that's gonna be like our identity right there. That's what Josh Vaughn wants, basically.
Yeah, I said it from the beginning, man. Like Cam could play defense. If you look at Cam Johnson, he can actually play D. McHale could play D. I think Dorian Finney-Smith, he can guard. He wasn't that productive today. 2 out of 5, one four. But sometimes you gotta sacrifice the offense to actually play some defense there, man.
Yeah.
Nick Claxton can guard, and if you throw Ben Simmons in there, then
Hmm.
he can actually play defense. Yeah.
I
Think
want to
about
see. I
Lonnie
want to
Walker.
see like Giles play, bro. Like I want to see like the whole,
He
like
was
with him as
efficient.
an
I mean, the
MVP.
limited minutes that he actually had a couple of games ago, he had the best plus minus on the court, man. It was a
But
plus.
it looks like they like they want to nurture their own because since they drafted Sharp, that's their baby and stuff. So it's
Man,
like,
this is what is this? Socialism over here, man?
yeah, that's what I'm
This is
saying.
this
Like,
is
yo,
capitalism when it comes to the NBA. The best man actually, whoever's better plays. I don't want to
that's
hear
how
that,
I see
man. This
it.
is not no monarchy. This is not no communism or socialism over here, man. This is free market
Yeah,
capitalism right here, man. The NBA.
yeah.
You no hookups.
Josh Barnes' face lights up whenever he talks. Oh yeah,
Yeah, I
oh
mean,
yeah.
he definitely favors. He definitely favors. Dayron Sharp. I mean, he said it in multiple interviews. I mean, he's been playing well. I mean, 11 points, 10 rebounds.
Mm-hmm.
You don't really get that kind of productivity from a lot of backup bigs in the NBA. So,
For real.
yeah, I think that like I said, Giles actually gives you some more athleticism. He can shoot the
Yeah,
three. Yeah. So,
the
I mean,
post up as well.
yeah, he could post up. Yeah, exactly, man. Him and Ben Simmons was vibing together. So he understands really kind of how to play the pick and roll. I mean, it's just, yeah, we'll see. We'll see. We'll see what actually happens. Like I said, this is a good problem for Jacques Vaughn to actually have
For
this.
sure.
What about Lonnie Walker? What about the early Christmas gift that Rob Pelinka gave us? What do you think?
For real, man. I was just thinking about that, man. It's man. That's the reason why I think, man, it could be, we could be dangerous, man.
Yeah,
If we get into playoffs, like he's gonna be the one, like the difference maker, because people are not gonna be expecting that one. It's
yeah,
like, oh shit, they got this too, because our bench, bro, it's gonna be hurting a lot of teams, man. And with him
yeah.
as,
Because I was like I said, I did a video. I said, "Yo, bench Cam Thomas and start Lonnie Walker," but then, whatever. I don't know if they gave Cam Thomas some like I don't know what he did. He actually just started playing well and not forcing things too much, and
hmm
making the extra pass and playing defense. But you look at Lonnie Walker, man, he's been fantastic. 11. I mean, he's just athletic, and he just actually knows how to play the game. Comes off of
yeah.
curls. Yeah, I just
I
plays
like how
defense.
he probes the floor. Like when
Yeah,
he's dribbling, he takes his time probing
yep,
the floor. You know, sort of
yeah,
like what they're expecting from R.J. Barrett, left-handed, but it's like nah, it's not the same because Lonnie's more efficient. And
yeah, definitely,
when
man.
you saying him starting, like that would be interesting to say the least, bro.
Yeah, that's what I. Well, that was like. Um, I think I made that video in the preseason when I started watching him. I'm like, wait a minute. Then I was watching Cam Thomas, and it looked like there was like, no improvement or anything like that. I'm like, he can score. Listen, I keep telling people this about Cam Thomas. I don't want him to be no Jamal Crawford. Somebody just comes in there and just chuck shots. I want him to actually turn C players. You got like I group players like A, B, and C players. So
Yeah,
somebody like Dayron Sharp is a C player. He needs to turn Dayron Sharp into a B player.
for real, for
Yeah.
real. That's I was about to ask you that, like, because okay, I'll give him props because I was big Dayron Shop. I'm not gonna use the word hater, but I just, I see it what it is. Like a lot of people probably say he's gonna be more than what he's supposed to be. Where do you think his ceiling is at?
That depends on him. I mean, he's young. I mean, he's just out. He played well. I mean, it's just really like I said, the IQ,
Yeah.
and I mean, he actually played pretty well. I mean, conditioning and what was it? My knock on him last year. It was I forgot what the hell was it. Like last year, he just looked
The
lost
Butterfingers.
defensively. Yeah, didn't have good hands. Uh, But if he actually keeps playing like this, I mean, this is like a Paul Reed. You know, you look at Paul Reed in Philadelphia.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he can actually be that. I mean, this is perfect right here, man. Just and sometimes, like I said, like physicality that he actually provided. I mean, that bothers a lot of players. I mean, you'd be surprised. A lot of players don't like the. You saw what happened with McDaniels right there. You know, a lot of players don't like that bumping, that physicality, and it throws a lot of their games off, man. So yeah, I think if he can add a 3-point shot, if he can actually just work on a three, yeah, I mean, he might even, you know, he could be a asset. You can even throw him in the starting lineup. Like him and Ben Simmons together. If he can actually shoot threes, then yeah, man. I mean, that would make the Brooklyn Nets even dangerous.
I'm very curious to see what is Sean Marks gonna add, because there hasn't been a season where we started off like this with what he came up with what Rossi came without him doing anything, just letting it rock. You understand? Like, is he gonna add a superstar? Just gonna let it rock, like he
That's
did
the whole
in
thing. I really,
2019?
really, really like
That's
this
what I'm
roster,
on.
man. Like I said, this is a deep, deep team.
Me too.
This is a deep roster right here, man. A deep roster. Deep. I mean, they're like 2 deep at every single position, man. Even at the point
That's
guards
true.
position, 3 deep. 4 deep if you want to have Trent Walford play the point guard position. He can actually be a matchup nightmare too, because he can like post up
Real.
small. He was like 6'8", 6'9", like
Hmm.
225 pounds. He can handle the ball, and he can actually post up. I mean, this team is just like, whew. So like I said, my boy Reggie from the locker room, I don't know what the hell he was talking about when he was calling this team trash. Like, yeah, last year's team was
Nah.
garbage. This team is actually pretty good, man. Yeah.
Yeah, these until you mentioned him, I totally forgot he didn't play today. It's like he goes in there, bro. He goes coast to coast, and it's like, oh shit, he got that on his arsenal too. That's pretty good, man.
Oh,
And
yeah, this
honestly, man,
comment from Charlie Alden. Yeah, the other, I don't know who you're referring to. Who was the other viewer? Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. That's Iceman right there, man. Yeah. I don't know what's up with my
yeah,
camera, man. My camera's not working over here. Just having straight
that's cool.
issues. Yeah. Yeah. I don't,
Yo, honestly, I don't care about this tournament, man. I'm like whatever, man. Like
it's
the
like
the, the
stupid.
extra yo breeze. I guess this is the
Oh
pre-show
yeah,
to
that's
the
my boy Big
pre-show.
Fan Breezy right there, man. Yo, try to
Yeah,
link up if you want to, man. Join the show
this,
if you want.
this
Big Fan
the
Breezy right there,
pre-show
man.
before he goes live and stuff.
Yeah, he's always saying like Nets fans is the best fans.
For sure, man. Yo, the Nets fandom is growing on YouTube, man. It really is, and you get to choose like what perspective you want to go
Well,
with.
listen, they had
Like I like this
17,000
channel,
people in
this channel.
attendance. And also Reggie from the locker room was saying, like, yo, nobody cares about the Brooklyn Nets. And it's all
Man, he's a
ridiculous.
casual man.
I was like,
Yeah,
yo, what are you talking about? You got 17,000 people in attendance out of 20,000 seats. That's pretty good for a team that's supposed. I mean, that's pretty good right there, man. With no
mm-hmm.
Ben Simmons and no true superstar. They
Yep.
don't have like a real true superstar or anything like that, man.
Mm.
17,000 people. That's pretty good right there, man. That's pretty
Hell
good.
yeah.
Yeah. Um, I'm just
When
like I
when
said.
they start making noise, that's when gonna start.
Let's see. So Sean Marks, I mean, I gotta do a video on Sean Marks because, like, I think I did one already, man. But like, as you look at I mean, if Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving and James Harden would have had like a team like this around them, I mean, they had like
Oh
a lot of
man.
older, broken players, and like LaMarcus
But
Aldridge,
the
and
thing was, is that if we would have had them with this type of roster, we wouldn't have the same productivity because they'll hog up all the shots, and everybody will be like, we'll just fit in what we fit in.
no, I mean
Like the
that's the
ball would have
beauty.
moved around
Like
like that.
minus, let's say minus Cam Johnson and Mikal Bridges. But like the rest of this roster right here, if we had these guys, yeah, man, like a Lonnie Walker, like a Dennis Smith Jr., Dinwiddie. This is like I said, this Sean Marks. Like I said, I'm gonna do another like a follow up video. He should get like executive of the year. Especially like I said,
Yeah.
this team should be around like 3 or 4. It's better than Cleveland, better than the Knicks, uh,
Agree.
better than Chicago. Now Philadelphia, I don't know yet. We'll see. Tyrese Maxey's actually having like a crazy breakout season, like I actually
Yeah, he's
expected him
bugging.
to. Yeah. So let's say Brooklyn, like I said, the 4th best team in the Eastern Conference, right there. And like I said, they could surprise Milwaukee Bucks right there. If Ben Simmons is actually healthy,
Yeah.
he can actually use his size to
They're
actually
not
break.
liking the new coach over there either.
Yeah, like I said,
Not liking him.
the luxury of this Nets team is that they can get physical. I mean, they can actually. You saw in the Miami game last week. You saw Ben Simmons in foul trouble, but that's okay because you had like so many like guys that can actually fill the position, and it mattered. Like the whole team was able to actually give. Like you saw Dayron. He was actually able to get 6 fouls. He had 6
Yeah.
fouls. He fouled out, but it kind of disrupted what Orlando's players actually wanted to do right there. The Franz Wagner kid. So it disrupted what he actually tried to do. He was physical with him, and yeah, man. So you can actually go. Probably like I said, you can go 10 deep.
I think they figured out how to deal with like the quote unquote big teams, the Boston's and the Milwaukee, like just space the floor, just go run fast, because we've had them on the ropes. All of these teams, we had them on the ropes. It's just a matter of just closing. So it's like, I think they got a pretty good idea of how to next time around when we do go through that stretch of good teams of what to do, pushing that pace.
What you think about Jacques Vaughn and his coaching though?
You know what? After the Washington game, it left a sour taste in my mouth. But then it's like a game like today is like, okay, like. But I don't know if we're playing in spite of the shit he does, or because I'll take the positives. Like he's a great defensive coach, man. He's a great defensive coach, and I like, in a sense, how his offense moves when it comes to ball movement, but the threes, you got to cut down on that. But aside from that, I'll give him what.
You like the fact that he's actually positive. Like he's. Have you ever played basketball, man? You had guys like I used to play with this kid, Barbershop Jay. If you miss a layup, yo, Rasheed, man, fuck on, man. Start crying and everything.
I know exactly what you're talking about. Man. I hate that shit.
So, you see Jacques Vaughn, if a team makes a mistake, he's actually, because I would, he's cheering, he's clapping, he's like, don't worry about it. Like, just keep doing what you're doing. He's not bitching and complaining and yanking players and everything, man. So, he's like a real players coach, but still holding guys accountable in the same end, too.
Yeah, that's exactly.
But you saw like Doc Rivers with Ben Simmons. All right, so he was like, I don't know if he could be my point guard, and even though what's his name, Jordan B kept getting burnt on the switch with Trey Young, didn't want to address that, but
that could be demoralizing for a player. Like, what the fuck? Like,
but this is like with Doc Rivers. He was like he was that player on the court, just complaining if you miss a layup or you make a mistake, instead of being a leader. So I'm looking at Jacques Vaughn in terms of his leadership and just and because like if you start like really getting on players, let's say you're out there, you're coaching, and somebody makes a mistake and you yell at them. I'm watching the Nets for a long time, man.
Yeah, me too.
And I don't know if you remember Avery Johnson, and you had Marshawn Brooks.
Yeah.
Marshawn Brooks, that was it.
He only lasted half a season.
Yeah,
with Marshawn,
yeah, and he would. Yeah, I was watching, and he yell at Marshawn if he made a mistake. And that can actually cause you to kind of overthink the game right there, man, instead of actually playing instinctual basketball. So I I love Jacques Vaughn, and he's actually just being really positive when teams, guys make mistakes. Like Dinwiddie made a mistake. No, it wasn't Dinwiddie. What's his name? Dennis Smith Jr. threw the ball out of bounds, and Jacques Vaughn was just like, "Oh, don't worry." He was clapping his hands. Don't worry about it. So, I
That's
really,
huge.
really like that. Really, really huge though. You don't want to shot
Now that you
upgrade
mentioned
confidence.
that, yeah, that's very important. Yeah, that stands out coming from him, man.
Yeah,
Um, because he's learning too, man. And it's like the better we get, the better he'll get. And I guess that's what Sean Marks. He's looking for that Popovich because he wants to imitate the Spurs, and that's a good thing. So hopefully, he'll grow into something, you know, not to that magnitude, but something great. That'll be something good because we had Kenny Atkinson, and man, he was the man, bro. He was the man. I
yeah.
didn't want him to leave, but you
I mean,
know,
look, he had D'Angelo Russell playing some of his best basketball at the time.
mhm.
Yeah, yeah.
I could
I
tell
mean,
he takes a couple pages from he's using a couple of sets that Atkinson used to use
yeah,
because when he coached after I was about to say Kevin Nash. When Steve Nash left, there's a couple plays I said, "Oh, I remember that set right there. I remember that set." So that's good too.
yeah, yeah. So you don't want to overcomplicate things. Yeah.
Yeah,
But I want to hear from other people in the chat right here, man.
word.
People who are actually watching, what y'all think about the Brooklyn Nets win over here today. Now, Charlotte, like I said, Charlotte's a 500 team too. This is not a garbage roster right here with the Charlotte Hornets.
Hmm.
Jonathan Isaac, I'm surprised he didn't actually play much better. They
They
actually,
got a
like I
lot
said,
of big dudes over there, six
yeah, they
eleven and
do.
up.
They do. They do. And uh, Paulo Bancaro, he wasn't really that much of an impact. I thought he would destroy us in terms of his strength,
Hmm.
but 6 out of 15, yeah, they actually pretty, what was it, like 40% something shooting right there. So they held him
Hmm.
pretty good. He was a negative 16. So yeah, I mean, you gotta, like I said, you gotta play the Brooklyn Nets. It's gonna have to, all that isolation basketball is not going to
Yeah,
work
it's
against
over
those
for that.
guys. You got all 5 guys that can actually slide their feet, they move their feet, and
That dude
yeah,
DFS is setting the tone out there, bro. He's the one.
yeah, yeah. And like I said, he didn't have a great game today, but like I said, sometimes he was actually a negative 6. He was the only one out there. I didn't watch the first half of this game. I got home
Hmm.
late. And I didn't watch the first half. I got to go watch the first half and see what actually happened. But if he actually have to, sometimes you got to sacrifice your offense right here and play some defense. And a
Hmm.
guy like what's his name, Paulo Banchero. Guys like him, you need like guys like Dorian Finney-Smith, even like a guy like Aaron Gordon. But we'll play the Denver Nuggets eventually, and you'll see Aaron
Yeah,
Gordon is. I mean, when he was with Orlando, he used to destroy us, man. I mean,
yeah, big time.
destroy us. I mean, annihilate us, man. They had no,
Hmm.
and I played against guys like that, man. I mean, you need a guy like Royce O'Neal. You need like a Dorian Finney-Smith, to really kind of keep guys like Banchero, and like what's his name? Aaron Gordon's another like version of him.
Yeah,
Like 6'9", 6'10" guys, hyper athletic, could put the ball on the floor. I think Gordon's a better player because he can shoot the three. But you need guys like that. Sometimes Dorian Finney-Smith is going to have to sacrifice his offense somewhat um, and play some defense over here, man, and get that, be a great on the ball defender and
yeah.
shut down the other team's.
Not a lot of teams got those type of defenders, bro. Now that I think of it, man, we got like the
No, no,
Knicks
that's
who
why
have
there's
this.
teams that, I mean, there are other media pundits out there were saying like, "Yo, you got to trade, you got to, when they wanted teams like they wanted the Nets to give up Dorian Finney-Smith and Royce O'Neal." I'm like, hell no, man. We
Mm.
got 2, 3 and D guys over here, man.
I get on him a lot what's his name on Royce O'Neal, but I'm like, man, you gotta savor it now, man, because not a lot of teams got these type of dudes, man. They on the
Yeah, he
mainstream
knows his role. He knows his
yeah,
role.
yeah.
Yeah, if you look at Wiseman, I mean, we were talking about that they should trade for Wiseman. But I said, yeah, but Wiseman, who knows
Mm.
if he's actually really trying to do, he wants to be a star or not.
Right,
Like
right.
you look
He's
at,
on the bench over there, right?
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Wow.
yeah. Like I said, because Royce O'Neal, I mean, love him or hate him, he knows his role and he doesn't try to do too much. You saw what he was doing out there earlier. 2 dribbles, shoot. If not, he actually passes the ball. Same thing with Dorian Finney-Smith. I mean, if they run him off the 3-point line, he tries to put the ball on the floor, and sometimes he can make a couple of mistakes out there. But for the most part, they don't really try to like over dribble or anything like that. They keep the game pretty much simple.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. So, all right. I'm gonna end this stream over here, and
Yes, sir.
I don't know. Breezy's doing something. I might jump on his joint for like 5
Yeah,
minutes.
he probably will. He probably around midnight and stuff.
Oh, midnight.
This is gonna be the pre-show to the pre-show, man.
That's right. That's right. All right. Yeah. So the Miami joint, I'll do another live then, man.
Yes,
Yo,
sir.
Iceman, thank you for joining, man. Thank you for
problem, man.
On, man. Yo, great conversation, man.
Yes, sir, man. Likewise, man.
Yo,
you have
get
a
in
good
the comment sections, man, and get out Claude because he's knocking Ben Simmons too much. I'm like,
I'm gonna bring him to reality, man.
That's right. That's right. All right, man.
You already know, man.
All right. Thanks for everybody for watching, man. Peace out.